Because when you create art, you also inevitably create waste. And I didn't want to contribute to this earth's dying mess. I'm afraid I'll make my land die. Hi, my name is Natasha, and I'm the artist in residence of Laleil Studio. Laleil Studio is my personal arts and research practice space, and I am a photo major currently at NTU AM. I've always seen my practice as part of an ongoing conversation with ecology and the environment. I grew up in a primary school that also had a lot of plants and gardens, so I've always grown up with a plant. Yeah. And I like to say that I care about Earth a little bit more. People usually think it's about recycle, reduce, reart, right? But I think sustainability is also thinking about how your impact as an artist goes back into the real world. Because when you create art, you also inevitably create waste. And I didn't want to contribute to this Earth's dying mess. I'm afraid I'll make my land die. But as an artist, I do think that it is possible to create with less waste, and talking about the ecological landscape is an important thing. When people are very afraid that it might just die, it's also important to just do something about the earth and the environment. So when I was talking to the NTU observatory scientists, I realized that they do have a lot of stories to tell, but they tell it with words because scientists are very left-brain people. When I talk to them and I use their research as part of the story in my artwork, I'm able to show the more humane language in science. It's easier for people to understand the story and the importance of the work that they do. There's no perfect artwork. The process could be as important as the final artwork itself.
So right now, I'm interested in thinking about how to use plant extracts for developer and using alternative fixers that don't rely on the pure chemical itself. Photo paper developing works is that there is a chemical developer and a chemical fixer. This will make the image permanent. So there are people in the world who are doing research on how they can use plant extracts to extract out the same effects of how a developer would develop the image and how the fixer would fix the image. Creating dialogue, I think. It's very easy to look at a piece of art and say like, oh, I don't understand this. It's also very easy to listen to news about the environment and be like, this is too far away for me to care. When you have art that is able to talk to people who are interested will also gather around. And so I hope to meet friends and artists who care about artistic dialogue. And I think it's also about bringing the artistic dialogue closer to audiences who are from all walks of life. My favorite painter is David Hockney. I once saw his exhibition in Seoul and he had ginormous landscape work. I'm most inspired by people who live very close and abundant in nature. Lifestyles like centered around nature experiences. Studio-wise, I hope to be able to host workshops and teach people about the art that I do. I do think it's a very fun and interesting process that not everybody can access because you do need a darkroom. You do need certain kind of resources and materials that are a little costly to access. I've always wanted to host the artistic circle where my friends who leave school can still do art projects and then we can still talk to each other. So that's the dream. I don't really want to be a plant because I think being a plant in Singapore is a poor life. But if I had to be a plant, I would like to be a super old tree in like a protected forest area so that I wouldn't be chopped down. Yeah.